What's up, Virgo? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead. Starting June 2nd, 2025. Virgo, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. You know I appreciate you. The deck that I am using will be listed in the description box, of course. We did have a card that popped out. It's a major arcana. It's face up, so we're going to read that and add that to your messages here. And it's the major arcana, the hangman, upside down. So I usually just say with the hangman, it's neutral energy, basically. Any actions or decisions that you're about to undertake this week, take your time. That's all. The hangman is here for, just to be a reminder to take your time so that you're not making any haste decisions or, rushing into anything that you're going to end up having to deal with in terms of any regrets. So things hanging in the balance, air suspension, that type of energy, right? So that's the upside down, major arcana, the hangman. All right, so what else is coming up here for Virgo? Not intentionally reading any Virgo, energies for Virgo. All right, so first card in energy, actually it would be your second card, but the preacher. The preacher is the Hierophant in this deck. All right, so you start off pretty good here, Virgo, with energy of protection, because that Hierophant is always about spiritual energy and protection. It could be anything related to any types of spiritual enlightenment, epiphanies, synchronicities. Always pay attention to those events, especially when you see repetitive angelic numbers. It's very important. I always get on the job training. Someone could definitely be getting married here, teaching and learning in any phase or aspect or whatever is going on for you this week. That would be the Hierophant, the preacher. All right, so following that, we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, Eight of Axes here in this case, definitely represents any forms of worry. Could be unnecessary worry, because I said, you have to be careful. This Eight of Swords can be tricky at times. And if you're dealing with it, of course, deal with the conflicts, reduce that energy around you. So yeah, sleepless nights, it could be a high, some degree of anxiety. It could be definitely nervous tension, doubts or fears that could be related to something central, or if it's in general, that's the trick side that you have to worry about. Because oftentimes, we'll, have thoughts of things that come to us, or, things that we're dealing with that have yet to come to us. So we don't know how it's going to be expressed. But in your mind, you're compiling all of this energy, gathering all of that energy, forming some sort of end result. It doesn't necessarily have to be one end result. It could be several end results. And then if the energy does come that you worked yourself up about, hopefully needlessly, never comes to pan out the way that you compiled it in your mind. This is why I always say be careful of the Eight of Swords here, because if it's real, of course, you're dealing with, could be internal, external conflicting energies. Reduce that energy, as much as you possibly can. You're not, blindfolded. You're not feeling trapped. You can always see yourself out of a situation, no matter how devastating or traumatic it may be. I always oftentimes get a break in communications with family members, friends, and romantic partners here with the Eight of Swords. No need to throw a clarifier on that Eight of Swords. Up next is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords here, I read as people that you have already possibly disconnected your energies from. That could be friends, no longer friends, but could be that you distance yourself from your family. Could be exes. So, because it's here doesn't mean that you're still dealing with that physically. For some of you, it could be, because it follows the Eight of Swords, and that could be what you're dealing with. That someone that you disconnected from, excommunicated from, is still, could be lingering around. They do have a potential whenever the Seven of Swords shows up in your spread. Just be discerning. Know that they are still conflicted. They're not going to bring anything new to you. All right. They're still going to create some sort of, or stir up some sort of chaos and confusion for you. So just know the difference of when or if that energy should happen to cross your path. Also, if it's not that, Virgo, then I always say, when it comes to material things, things that, you thought you lost, put down, forgot about, couldn't find it, or whatever. It's always a resurfacing of or a reappearance of material things, whatever that energy may be. Now we have the Ace of Roots. Roots here in this case is the Ace of Pentacles. So I would, I've been declaring this is one of my big money cards. So it's no different from you. It is a big money card because the aces are not only start things off, but with this Ace of Roots, the Ace of Pentacles, it's unlimited earning power, potential. So it could be a job offer, a contract offer, a startup of a business, investment, savings, you name it. Could be the beginning stages of a turnaround for some Virgos that I'm reading for. If there was any types of financial difficulties, now you can come up for fresh air and things are going to be a little bit better or start to be a little bit better. All right. Following the Ace of Roots here, then we have the Six of Jazz, Six of Wands. You're moving towards something positive or it's moving towards you. Some of you may be traveling this week. If you are, you're going to be safe to and from. But I also assign victory and success to this energy of the Six of Wands. So you can attach that victory and success to anything that's going on for you this upcoming week. All right, following the Six of Wands, now we have the King of Pentacles. Again, money is looking real good. This is the boss in the workplace environment. It's the creditors. It's how people view you. Dependable, reliable, stable. These people are generally regarded as good money handlers. Um, Never ever coming across as being selfish or stingy. They like the finer things in life, and they always like to share the finer things with life. Usually, these people have pocket change. Um, and like I said, good money handlers. So this is the creditor. So any favors that you need to, ask of the boss, it will be granted. If you need to apply for credit, it should be approved. All right. That is the King of Pentacles. Next up, we have the Four of Blues. Four of Blues is the Four of Cups, and I still regard this as the card of socializing, interacting with family members, friends, romantic partners. It is still an even number of cups. So on an emotional scale, what you give is what you're going to get back. Celebrating birthdays, anniversaries could be just, spending good quality time with those family members, friends, romantic partners, and it could be very well done in terms of eating out at diners or restaurants. It sits underneath the Eight of Swords. So we go back here where I said that the Eight of Swords could indicate a break in communication with family members, friends, romantic partners. Or it could be that there's somebody who is concerned or worried about a relationship specific, doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. And here we go. Okay. It's underneath the relationship card. Following that, Four of Cups, now we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a minor juggling act here for you, Virgo. Trying to balance yourself. Could be juggling two things, could be working two jobs. It still would be indicative of a small pay raise for some of you. Okay. Some of you could be just, balancing out your checkbook. Up next, now we have the Three of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's all about that money for you guys this week. Three of Pentacles is a form of recognition that may come your way, and that could be recognition coming straight from your employer, from some sort of work, whether you worked on something or in collaboration with someone to achieve a goal. It's always what I get out of the Three of Pentacles is accomplishment of some sort of task or goal. So you could be introduced to somebody new, and I always assign workplace, love affair, and attractions with the Three of Pentacles. So the energies are going up starting June 2nd. So third day, Wednesday, third, fourth, maybe by the fourth, you get some sort of recognition. That could be a thank you, congratulations, a job well done. Could also be a pat on the back. You could be doing this on your own if you accomplished or achieved some sort of goal outside of work. Next card up here for you is the Two of Axes, Two of Swords, feeling like you're at a crossroad, have to make a choice or a decision about something. This is still regarded as my same-sex loving energy. It's just minor tension. It also could be seen as the further reduction of you. If this Eight of Swords is expressed towards you, then you're worked on those energies here. Now you still have to, make a choice about something. All right. You have to decide upon something. It could also be that you're just out and about, and then you're traveling, and then there's some sort of construction going on, and then you're altered to go another way. All right, it's just minor energy. Following the Two of Swords here, now we have the World card. That's the card that I had called out for Cancer, because this particular deck had the bonus cards in here, which I didn't know, and I thought it was kind of strange, which I had to stop. I was calling the Rhythm card the World card, and when I said 22, I said, wait a minute, 23 came up, Soul. There is no 22 and 23. These are bonus cards that were added to this deck, and the author said that you can use them however you want, but they didn't really give a description for them. But she regarded them as major arcana. So this is the World card. It is 21. All right. And so opportunities are lurking. Major arcana. Always pay attention to the major arcanas that show up in your spread. There is a cycle of energy it's like a chapter that's ending for you. Virgo, a new chapter is about to begin. So be on the lookout this week for anything opportunistic that may be coming your way. That could be coming from sources, known or unknown. It also, too, represents all forms of relationships. Up next, now we have the King of Blues. This is the King of Cups. King of Cups here represents the father of love, right? Nurturing, caring, definitely supportive. Pay attention again to your intuition. He is here to help guide you to make sure that you're making the right choices and decisions for yourself moving forward. To receive the King of Cups in your spread, he's in a group of cards that I always say that you're maybe already receiving that commitment, that devotion, that not entitlement, but commitment, devotion, all from family members. Could be coming from family members, friends, romantic partners. All right. And the king definitely has the ability to bring together and unite romantic partners as well as platonic friends. Most importantly, though, pay attention to your intuition. Last card I have for you is the Major Arcana, the Hermit. This is the card that represents you. So this makes your reading showing up even more powerful. Even though I always call it neutral, he holds a lantern. I always say that's the light perspective, light at the end of the tunnel. So it could be that, some Virgos that I'm reading for want to detach their energies momentarily, want to spend some time alone, catch up reading a book. It doesn't mean that, you're going to be in this phase for a while. Maybe there's something going on here for you this week that you need to think about and you just need to be by yourself. It could be any forms of meditation. But usually if you're going to go within to seek some sort of resolution on any problems that you may be dealing with or that you face with, you're going to come out with the answer. Okay, you're going to achieve that. That is the Major Arcana, the Hermit, that represents you. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Virgo. Always take what's going to represent you for the week. Don't take everything that I say for face value. Take what you need and leave the rest alone. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.